Yo, whoa. One Piece chapter 921. How come nobody told me Kaido was a fucking dragon, dude? How come nobody told me Kaido was a fucking dragon, dude? God damn, like I saw him in his human form. And I know based on how One Piece does things, like you should know that you're gonna have characters that can transform. That much should be obvious, especially given the fact that, like, yo, we're in Wano, like, you know, the samurai Japanese mythology. It was a given, especially given the fact that you got the beast pirates and everything, that, hey, more than likely it's gonna be some type of a dragon. But, like, I didn't actually connect that until I saw Kaido on this last page. And then it was like, oh shit, Oda is doing the mythology in this bitch. Yo, that is a sick ass design, man. Like, I already like Kaido's design as a human. I already thought that was pretty damn awesome, but seeing this right here, this is good. This is good. Like, I like this design that he's got in that dragon form. That's pretty damn dope, man. Like, I like everything. I like everything about it, like especially the contrast between the light and the dark and the flame circling around, and just how Oda just gives him so much of a presence on the page, whether it be this intimidating presence that you get with that huge spread with Kaido on the top part, everybody's reactions around the bottom and along the side, and then the close-up where you see his eyes and you see the sheer terror that is on Law's face, and it's just like it hits you. Holy shit, Luffy and them are trying to take this dude down. This is wow. It really makes me wonder what's gonna happen when we actually see Shanks actually cut loose in battle. Because, you know, like at Marineford, you know, Shanks, he just showed up and said, stop this war. And the admirals kind of just took their dicks and put them back into their pants, man. Like, this is one of those times where, like, I'm looking at Shanks a lot differently. Like, I'm looking at, because he's on that same level as these guys. So that's, wow, I'm so hyped to see what Shanks does now. I mean, the guy ain't even in the chapter, man. And I'm already thinking ahead to Shanks, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, Oda is reimagining my perception of what the Yonko were. You know, like he's reimagining, you know, because I saw Whitebeard and it was like, oh, that's cool. You know, the guy shows up in Marineford. That's pretty fucking scary. The guy has this overpowered ability, but whatever. You know, the guy died. I'm like, they can't be that bad. And then it's just like, you see this. And now I'm starting to realize how stupid I was to even say that Nami was going to defeat Big Mom, man. Like, I feel so stupid even jumping to that conclusion. So, backing up, now that I've kind of got that out of my system, backing all the way up, I got to say, first of all, the chapter cover, hands down, Oda just confirmed it, okay? So, if you look, Nico Robin ain't got a crown on her head. So, all those folks would be like, Nico Robin's our queen, she's got no crown. However, Nami's got the biggest damn crown out of all of them. And then you see Boa Hancock, and Boa got that consolation prize. Like, she really need to get that over to Vivi, because Vivi on the cover was looking like a snack, man. Like, Vivi, hands down, man. Like I simp for Nami on purpose, because I know it pisses some people off, but, you know, I fucking love Vivi, man. I fucking love Vivi. So going into the chapter, I gotta say, first of all, I am not sure now. I'm not sure, because there are a couple things that kind of make me look at Kiku a little differently. And the reason being is that Kinemon's a fucking pervert, okay? So I just want to start there. Kinemon is a fucking pervert. Like, Kinemon, when he first sees Nami, he's like, oh, you bosom woman, you big breasty woman. Like, he's perving out every chance he can get. Momonosuke, the same thing, okay? Momonosuke, the same thing. And then you get this same thing with Carrot, where Carrot is in there. She's, you know, flashing some legs a little bit. And I understand that Suru was kind of, what's the right way to put this? Suru was very conservative, and so I could kind of see it. And yet at the same time, it's like one of those things, like, I know Oda's a pervert, because you guys told me when I first started reading One Piece that, like, Oda does not miss a chance for fan service. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is, like, Sanji is, like, simping out hard as fuck for Kiku. And I don't think I've ever seen Sanji not perv out over somebody that was not well bosomed, okay, or flashing some type of skin. Like, I think even with Tashigi, when Sanji saw Tashigi, I think Tashigi was still showing some skin. I might be wrong on that. I might be wrong. It's just that I just find this sudden change in Oda particular. because Oda, you know, the fan service is usually a thing, but at the same time, don't be wrong, like I fucking love Kiku based on the stuff we've seen so far, just based on the fact that Kiku can hold her own in battle and she's not afraid to just get her hands dirty in the fights. And it's just one of those things where, like, I see different reactions out of the perverts. Like when Kinemon is just like, yeah, I'll make new clothes for everybody. He don't make any new clothes for Kiku, and yet he makes them for Nami and he's just showing off her tits. And then when you look at Sanji's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And he's telling Kinemon, you can't hog all the women for yourself. And it's one of those things where Kinemon just kind of batted away very quickly. Like, yo, Kiku's just a comrade of mine. I'm a happily married man. Matter of fact, the first thing he says is that I'm a happily married man. Where the fuck did this come from? Again, I might be missing something, okay? Because the first time I got introduced to Kinemon was back in 2018. It's 2020 now. So I might be missing something. But I don't remember him saying that he had a wife. I remember him fronting like Momonosuke was his son, but I don't recall him saying he had a wife. And he just throws this out very quickly, like, oh yeah, I'm a happily married man. Like Oda pulling some shit here, and I don't know what he's pulling, but I don't think that this is just a random, let's just say fuck the fan service thing, because when have you ever known Oda to say fuck the fan service? So now that I've kind of made that observation, got that out the way, I got to go ahead and say this next thing. So I think that Kinemon's plan, the way that he explains it, it makes a lot of sense. So it's actually pretty damn sneaky, okay? So I'm just like Luffy, where Kinemon puts this drawing up. He's like, oh, the people will understand this shit. And I'm like, fam, I'm reading this as a manga and I don't understand the actual drawing that you got. And Luffy's turning his head, and for the first time ever, I'm like, I can't call Luffy a fucking idiot because I'm lost my damn self. However, what I will say is that I did catch the part of like, hey, you know, it's going to be the people bearing the mark of the moon on the left foot. That's how we're going to know that they're part of the rebellion right there. I thought that was pretty clever right there. I thought that that was very clever to have that on there. And I like how Kinemon is putting together this pretty dope strategy. He's like, look, we're not going to keep all of our people in one space. We got everybody kind of spread out. This is a way to avoid any type of suspicion. But when the time comes, we will assemble and we will gather on that island. And that's when Carrot makes a very good observation. She says, wait a second. There's an island within an island. And I'm like, damn, that is a damn good point. I didn't even think of that, man. I didn't even think of it. I thought maybe this was just something offshore on another island, kind of like how like Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. I thought that, you know, that's what Kaido's home base was. And what I got to say is that Kinemon, like the way that he puts his plan together, he's like, look, you know, Frankie is the carpenter that built Kaido's mansion. Nico Robin is going to be a geisha, and this is her way to keep tabs on the movements, which it makes a lot of sense, okay? Because I don't know about you, okay? And I'm gonna get raunchy for a second. I don't know about you, but I know for me, man, like, once I get my nut, okay, and I know Robin's not fucking people, okay? I know she's not fucking people. I'm not even gonna troll at this point, because, you know, Robin went through some shit when she was leaving from her island, so I'm not even gonna make that joke. Normally I would, but, you know, I know, like, once I get my nut, you know, a bitch can get anything out of me, man. Like, it don't fucking matter. I cut a bitch $1,000 check right then and there if the pussy good enough. Like, shit, I ain't thinking twice about that shit. And so I said to say, you know, men, you know, when you reach that point of enlightenment that comes from either being visually stimulated by a woman in the sense of how Nico Robin's doing with the dancing, or if you get into sexual relations and everything, that post-nut enlightenment that you get, you know, you tend to have pillow talk and you tend to let things slip. And so with Nico Robin, you know, she's kind of there to kind of look pretty and be an ornament on the wall, and yet she's keeping tabs on everything. I thought that was smart. I thought that was very smart. Now, we all know that if that was Nami would be the one on there. But knowing Nami, she'd probably be charging the motherfuckers out their ass for it. But I like that, and I like how even Sanji's like, man, I can't wait to see Robin, man. Like, my dude Sanji's in full perv mode. And what I also like is how they talk about how Brooke is going to be able to help them out with supplies. I'm guessing that tends to be something more so with the music. And then they talk about how Nami's going to be a kunoichi because she can use ninjutsu, which is basically her ability to use that weather baton for the clouds and everything. And I want to say she still got Big Mom's cloud too, but I like how everything is just kind of broke down with the characters for everything that they're gonna be best suited for, okay? Like they are making use of all the characters' best skill sets, and I thought that was good. That's the mark of a good leader right there. And you know, in the chapter they talk about what good is a rebellion if you don't have anybody to lead. Well, Kinemon is that leader. You see it with how he's assigning the different roles to people in the Straw Hats. And I mean, you know, you get your gag moments where, you know, Nami realizes that this isn't really a kunoichi outfit, and that this is really Kinemon being a pervert, because she sees Shinobu, and you know, Shinobu Oda is just like, you know, he's pulling a kokoro, man, where you got some busted dated bitch that shows up dumpy looking, and Sanji's like, oh my god, my eyes are bleeding. Like, you know, it's like Oda having fun with it, man. But you know what I will say though, what I will say is that Kinemon definitely impressed me with his ability to put his people in the best possible opportunity to maximize their talent. I thought that was the mark of a really good leader, man. I didn't really care for, you know, Jack showing up and getting into the battle. If the fight continues in the next chapter, then absolutely, I'll definitely talk about that more. But this is one of those things where I really feel like, you know, this is just a teasing moment, and Oda was really more so just kind of trying to fill some space in order to get to the reveal with Kaido at the end. I really feel like that part with Jack maybe could have been cut out, but you know, Oda, you can't really cut any small detail out because Oda's gonna make that shit super important in the end. So I mean, overall, I'm more impressed with, you know, Kaido showing up at the end. I thought that was a perfect cliffhanger right there. So, you know, my chapter question for you guys, I'm gonna keep this one pretty simple. So when it comes to leading the rebellion, do you think that Kinemon is the best person to lead the rebellion, or is it potentially one of these other 3 great samurai warriors that we haven't met yet? And how impressed were you with Kinemon putting the various members of the Straw Hats in the best opportunity, the best position to spy on their people? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.